Dominik Mysterio reacts with disrespect to AJ Lee, shocking WWE return after a decade. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Dominik Mysterio didn't join the celebration when AJ Lee walked back into WWE after 10 long years. Fans were roaring on Smackdown, stunned to see her standing next to CM Punk again. But Dominik went the opposite direction online. His post on X read like a slap in the face when scripted fights get too real. Cold, dismissive, and clearly meant to sting. That kind of shot isn't random. Dominik has never hidden his dislike for CM Punk, and dragging AJ into it felt like a way of pouring more fuel on that fire. To him, this wasn't some nostalgic comeback moment. It was another chance to sneer at Punk and underline the family drama, heel persona he's built his career on. AJ Lee's return sets the stage. AJ didn't just pop up for a wave and a smile. She came back in Chicago to stand shoulder to shoulder with Punk after Becky Lynch blindsided him at Clash in Paris. The crowd went wild, and the energy felt like WWE had cracked open a door everyone thought was locked shut. This wasn't a game, it was the setup for a fight people never expected to see. Reports now point to AJ teaming with Punk against Rollins and Becky at WrestlePalooza. The build already has fans buzzing, especially after WWE Shop almost spoiled the surprise with a leaked merch drop before Smackdown. That accidental hint only turned the return into a louder talking point online. For a lot of people watching, this comeback is exciting in the purest way. AJ was one of the most popular women on the roster a decade ago, and seeing her back adds real electricity. But for Dominik, it's something else. He's holding gold, carrying a grudge, and now watching a legend step into the mix with his enemies. Randy Orton to face ex-WWE champion for the 12th time. On SmackDown, Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre are about to cross paths again, and it feels like the story just won't die. Next week on SmackDown, the two former world champions will lock up for the 12th time in their careers. For fans who followed their feud since its early sparks in 2011, this isn't just another match. It's the continuation of a rivalry that has stretched across eras, titles, and personal reinventions. Orton remains the veteran assassin, always calculating, never wasting motion. McIntyre is still the powerhouse who clawed his way back to the top after years of setbacks. Put them together and you've got a dynamic that can shift from technical precision to raw brawling in seconds. WWE leaned into that legacy with this week's promo, showing clips of past wars and setting the stage for another collision. A rivalry that refuses to fade. The 12th meeting isn't about padding records, it's about proving who holds the upper hand in 2025. McIntyre has been clawing at every opportunity since coming up short in his last championship chase, while Orton has quietly rebuilt his momentum after a long absence from injury. The clash gives both men a shot to remind fans why they belong at the top of the card. SmackDown won't be leaning only on their rivalry. Tiffany Stratton defends her women's championship against Jade Cargill in a rematch from their controversial SummerSlam bout. Stratton escaped with her title last time, but Cargill is hungry for redemption, and her power game makes every second dangerous. On top of that, Brock Lesnar has been advertised to appear, and if history has taught us anything, his presence guarantees some level of chaos. AEW star breaks silence on AJ Lee's shocking WWE return after 3,812 days. When AJ Lee walked back into WWE on SmackDown, the wrestling world froze for a second. After 3,812 days away, her presence alone felt surreal. Fans erupted, and so did wrestlers watching from afar. AEW's Kiera Hogan was among the loudest voices, though she didn't need many words. A teary-eyed emoji, a string of hearts, and then a throwback picture of herself dressed in AJ's old pigtail look. Her reaction was as genuine as it gets. Hogan wasn't just posting for clout. It was a nod to a woman she clearly admired, someone whose influence still echoes in today's locker rooms. AJ's comeback wasn't staged like a quick nostalgia cameo. Her involvement had purpose. The segment built around CM Punk and Becky Lynch suddenly turned when AJ charged down to Punk's side. The moment she grabbed the Women's Intercontinental Championship and raised it high, told everyone she's not dipping her toe, she's diving back into the fight. That single act set the stage for what could become one of WWE's most intriguing storylines in years. Hogan's tribute and AJ's message. Hogan's emotional reaction highlighted just how deeply AJ connected with both fans and fellow wrestlers. Seeing a current AEW talent openly celebrate a WWE return also shows how AJ's legacy stretches beyond company lines. Hogan's pigtail tribute wasn't just playful cosplay, it was recognition of the trail AJ blazed for women's wrestling during her run a decade ago. On the WWE side, AJ's arrival hints at more than one showdown. Holding that championship belt wasn't accidental. It's a clear challenge, maybe even planting seeds for a tag team war. AJ and Punk against Lynch and Rollins. The symbolism is heavy and the possibilities are wide open. WWE doesn't dust off legends without a plan, and AJ looked every bit like she was ready for a new chapter rather than a goodbye tour. WWE confirms John Cena's final showdown with 48-year-old megastar John Cena is finally closing the book on his WWE career, and the ending couldn't be bigger. WWE has announced that Cena will face Brock Lesnar one last time at WrestlePalooza on September 20th, 2025. The confirmation dropped right after Smackdown, where Lesnar stormed in and left Cena battered following his US title defense against Sami Zayn. The moment felt like a deliberate setup for the last chapter in one of wrestling's fiercest rivalries. This isn't just another main event. It's the match WWE is billing as Cena's career-defining exit. At 48, he's managed to stretch his run longer than many expected, mixing blockbuster WrestleMania moments with his gradual transition out of the ring. Fans know Cena doesn't take the word final lightly, which makes this bout with Lesnar feel even more monumental. A farewell tour with meaning. The road to WrestlePalooza isn't the only farewell on Cena's schedule. WWE has also confirmed two high-profile Raw stops, November 10th at Boston's TD Garden and November 17th at Madison Square Garden in New York. Those venues aren't random. Both have been tied to some of Cena's greatest triumphs, making the choice a nostalgic nod to his legacy. Those aren't his last nights in the ring. The official send-off will take place on December 13th at Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. Reports earlier pointed to Boston as the final stop, but insiders now confirm the Capital One Arena will host Cena's closing chapter. Between now and then, WWE is treating this as a rolling celebration. From Boston to New York to DC, each appearance is meant to feel like a milestone, building toward the finale. For fans, it's a rare chance to say goodbye not just once, but across multiple stages.